Hello and welcome back to Against the Storm. In our last episode, we were continuing our town here in the Scarlet Orchard, and opened up another danger glade just before we ended the episode. We also started the harvesting, I guess, of this altar because we're just going to burn it down. It's going to take them a couple minutes to get, or a couple moments to get at least get the coal in here, which means then we'll have to do that. We just also came out of the storm into the drizzle, so we are good to go there. We have a cornerstone to pick, and had at least one vote for cooking steam, so we're going to take that. And that's because we have space for 100 of each of the waters, and we don't really not really using them right now. So I think we can, easily afford that, and it's, worth it because we're going to have a lot of, you have any recipes to use it at all right now. So it's kind of worth it to have because we'll eventually stockpile up 300, which will increase food production speed when that's all done by 60%. So why the heck not, right? Right now, it's weird that this one is at 99. We should be getting at least something. I don't know why we're not. Actually, it said we weren't. Where is that one at? Where did it go? That one. Progress is... Oh, drizzle water stored. Okay, just drizzle water. Either way, we're going to get there. We have a worker pumping that right now, so we'll be fine. The reason we have so much clearance water is because of this, because this turns... This produces clearance water. So let's... unpause. We also talked about harvesting or doing something with this cooperage ruin. I did have a vote for rebuilding it, and the value of this stuff isn't so great that it's not worth it. Plus, we could potentially make barrels here and tea, so that would be worth it, I think. But let's move the forager first if we can. You have roots down here you can use. Oh, and there's even a storage down here too. Let's go right there. And that's got 2 workers in it. Okay, you can go collect those roots. So, do we have the workers for this? Not really. We have 2 workers free right now. So I think we will just do some more tree trimming here. Open this glade up like that or so maybe, and open here too a little bit. And I'm going to move this one over here though so that they can work on some of that. And put this one kind of pointed in that direction just so that they are, targeting opposites here, I guess. And see what that does as well. This is ready. Good. This is more important for my workers anyway, I think. I have a lizard. Let's see if I can find another one that's not doing something quite as important. That'll be empty in just a minute, though. Maybe. I'm going to pull you out. You can come over here and help with this job. There we go. It'll just take them longer, but they'll unload that one eventually, and that'll be fine. This finished. We did that, right. We're waiting on those packs of crops, right. That's here. You're making the last batch right now? Yes. Okay, so we can turn that off. Send this back. And so on. Let me pull you out of that. Oh, there's our group. Alright, so 6 or 4. 6 seems like the better deal. Plus, we could really use the humans, and we don't need pipes. We already have more pipes than we could ever use, because we don't have anything to use as them here. So, yeah, because they're kind of more tied into the blight rot, and whatever mechanics. So let's just do this one. How many? Okay, how many here? Good. You are done. Pull you out of that. Let's deal with this one. 3 more humans. Okay, we're going to put some houses up. A few. Let's get that started. Actually, let's make sure we don't get up. Although, maybe I want the tavern rather than either of the lizard or human houses. Because the tavern can sell the ale and wine, plus we get the +3 to global resolve. The building that I want the most, service building-wise, is the temple, I think is the one that is, versus the monastery, that sells both ale and incense, because ale and incense, and those are kind of the only overlaps, I think, between all of these that make any sense. Although some place to do the education would be good for the beavers, but the wine only satisfies the beavers, and we don't have a recipe for it anyway. But nevertheless, I think it's still better to take this rather than the houses. So let's take this, and we'll put this in... Actually, I would have liked to put it right there. Oh, these are movable. And for free. I didn't know that. I think somebody mentioned that in chat, by the way. And I didn't know. Although I don't know that I actually want that there. It's fine. Put it in there anyway. Tavern. There, please. What are we short on? Planks. You're welcome. You could probably use another beaver then. There you go. And let's get some more houses built. We could put them in either of these towns. We could also potentially start another one. It'd have to go way down here, but that would be fine with me. Otherwise, it would have to go way over here somewhere. Yeah. Actually, that would be fine with me too. If we keep the cooperage, which I think I'm going to, I think I'll put it right in there. Is that? That's fine, actually. Just do it. Put it right there. Let's do a road like this to this point, I think. And like that. And then we'll put a warehouse in here. We'll put that at priority 1, so I do it first. And go. We'll actually build the houses out here. I think that's a better use of our time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't actually need that many. I only need 3. Let's cancel this one. Delete this one. And we'll put the Lazy Wally Park in there instead. This, though, needs planks, right? Definitely going to want more of that going on. Old Farloth is here. Moving faster on roads, we could do that. Oh, that reminds me of something. +2 to pigment production. Even the pigment from trees would have to be affected by that, so that'd be a good thing to do, potentially. 10 copper ore and 30 wood for opening caches. Sure, we could do that. Sell. I'm still making those? Packs of... Yeah, okay, oops. I meant to go in here and turn that off, and since I remembered something about roads, I need to put a road in here. And I can also put one there, too. I forgot about that one, and I think also I need one here. I do. And I'm even going to go like this, I think. There's not one there in the corner, but that's okay. So we'll build a few roads here. Okay, so Old Farloth, what do you want? Well, let's just sell you this stuff, these packs. They'll be useful for something. And, if nothing else, could buy some planks, but we're making them. I think we're fine to make them. If nothing else, I'll just take the amber for this. Yeah, I think I'll just take the amber for it. Auto. Even sale. Don't really feel like I need that. Let's take this one and that one, though. Might as well. So we just got... we just sold worth... How much? This one. No, it says we gained 4. So it is tracking it from season to season. I don't know, it looked weird the last time I looked at it for some reason. I don't know. Alright, this needs to be a priority over this. Don't put the planks there, put them over there. And I should find another beaver that might be not doing anything else. Let's see, 14... Yeah, I should have some that are occupied doing other tasks. Oh, maybe not. Other tasks. I could pull one out of the mine. We don't necessarily need to have them mining. And put you in the carpenter to get some of this done. They can always go back and mine later. Scouts are idle here. We could continue if we have some of this. You can have some of this copper. And... actually... Can I buy 4 of your pipes? Is that the best... use of my something or other? 6 tools or 4 pipes, which is cheaper? That's the question. Because I don't like using the parts for that, just because the parts are used for other things. 6 tools or 4 pipes. Tools are $2.31. Pipes are $1. Let's go with 4 pipes. And then I will pay them back like this. Auto. Like that. Yeah, sure. Trade. Wish I didn't notice that before, but what are you going to do? So, yeah, copper, might as well. And pipes. This will give us a harmony decoration, which is the 9 yellows, just like the one we're burning down here. But this one is we get for free, basically. We also the Queen has decided to reward you for your exceptional achievements in science. Gain 20 amber for every completed stage of an archaeological discovery. So we'll actually get 60 because this will be the 3rd stage. And then here, gain 2 reputation points, which is going to shoot us way up here, assuming that nobody has any good reputation. So let's go ahead and do this. Get them started on it. We can load it all up, and then we'll have a decoration that we can put wherever we want. Are you done? Did you just finish as I was watching? You did. Okay, you're hauling now. Let's come over here and do this. Yeah, no, you guys are not in a... Yeah, we know. How's this going? Deliver, please. There. Short walk, at least. Old Farloth's leaving. And Harvester Camp. Is that the end of the Harvester Camp? Looks like it is. I always like to pan around just to make sure that I'm not missing something obvious. Pull you out of that. We have another lizard we can have do something. I have 12 workers free right now. What about opening up a cache? That would be a good one to open. Barely have enough stone. But we are mining stone, sort of. I'm down here. Add somebody else in here to work with you. Let's just go ahead and do this one. A couple of you. Get to work. Still need that 15 leather. Wait a minute. Old Farloth. I hope Old Farloth didn't have leather and I missed it. That'd be a bummer. Are you about done? Just about done. Now at least have a storage locally here so you can move a little bit faster. Maybe. Oh, I had 2 beavers in there. That's right. I knew I had beavers assigned someplace I didn't need them. We can do this. That brings those guys online. Humans are going to go into the happy mode. Lizards went into the happy mode. Yay! Happy, happy, joy, joy. Alright, we can do this. And this. And this is 2 already. Good. Let's get this work done. Rebuild. What do we want to do next? Which one of these glades is likely to have the second archaeological discovery? Probably not this one. Probably that one. Maybe that one. It could be over here, too. It might be this one. Let's go get some prep done so we can see what happens. We're pretty close there already, but we'll just do a little bit of this. Get that one there that we were missing. Just kind of get a bunch around. And you are still doing a few more over here. I don't need to clear those. Let's cancel those. All right. Right.
Yeah.
I put a human someplace that I shouldn't have. Go and work in the cooperage. It'll be fine. Or we could swap that out for a lizard. Or we could just knock it down to 1 person entirely, since we're just waiting on things anyway. I was thinking of getting a human going in here. Did I want you making scrolls? Probably not, but yes. As long as you're not using the leather, just in case we happen to get some. And then ale. We have the barrels we got for free, so let's do that. And that's good. Let's do it. Let's also delete these 2 pieces of road here, since I changed where I wanted the roads routed to. How's it going? 22 seconds. Yeah, and you need the planks. How's planks? Might need another carpenter for a little while, even. I think I will do this so we can be ready to do this at any time. Let's go into here, by the way, and actually just clear this. Scroll down and see what else we might have. Tools, I think I'll limit that to 30 still. In packs of luxury goods, we'll go with 10, just like the other packs for now. As far as this goes, that is, safe. And then we can set this one specifically to 25, because that's what we need for the thing. And then we can do the scrolls probably here, probably. But I'm going to keep the planks at top priority so that they get made first, always. First. Forager. Nothing for you to do because you can't forage that wheat. Sag. Okay, pull you out. Guild House. Temple. The temple's the one that I wanted. Isn't it? Yeah, the temple's... Wait. Huh? No, the temple's not the one I like. The monastery is the one I like. Clan Hall. So, we don't really... I guess I will take the temple because the only other thing we can make here is religion stuff. Yeah. So we'll do the temple, even though I don't really care for it. I'll just put it right here next to. Doesn't matter. So this is what one of the artifacts look like. This is the sealed spider. There are 3 different ones. I think 3 different ones. There's at least 3 different ones. It is said these creatures were once the faithful servants of the sealed ones, and like their masters, they were trapped underground for eternity. But even to this day, miners tell tales of giant spiders crawling up from deep caverns, preying on unsuspecting victims. Legend has it that these vile beasts fear only one thing: the holy flame. Counts as 9 decorations of its type. Scouts from the Royal Guard have been called to search glades for traces of sealed spiders. Gain 1 ancient tablet for every 2 discovered glades retroactively. We gained 4 tablets from that. And I think what I'm going to do is not do the scan for the next one. Instead, we will do this to get -10 hostility for every ancient tablet in the warehouse. We need to provide some materials. Here, you can have that oil. That's probably okay. Probably not okay, but... Well, how much of these did I pick up? 5 of them. Let's not do this yet, then. We'll let these get started. And I will do that with those, I think, maybe here. Instead of using the oil. Because the oil might be useful for a glade event if we open up another glade. Speaking of... That's where I put you. I was like, where did I put that? I couldn't see it there. I was looking here for it. Don't worry about those. Thank you. Come on over here and help with this mess. Yet another storm. Maybe we can finish during the storm and then we won't have to worry about, you know, continuing into another year. We're in year 6, though, so going into the 7th year isn't horrid. 3 humans for this, please. You're still just chilling. Okay. Waiting for planks. Waiting for planks. Okay, somebody's doing the delivery right now, though. We're snagging them for that, though, instead of this. Oh, they got them. Okay, good. Not that we really need the cooperage, but also, why not? Six minutes, but it's not going to be 6 minutes once we get to 4x speed in a minute and a half, so. Oh, we're actually up to this and that right now. So I don't want to turn in any orders, and I want to make sure everybody's housed. Both. We're good on both. I have 10 people that are bored. Although I can put some people in here. Now I have 7 people that are bored. Actually, by doing that, though, that's not good. Because I also just used up those scrolls if I want them for this. Yeah, let's do that first. And then this one has escaped. Your archaeologists have learned much from the ancients, but this knowledge has a price. Any villager loss will be prevented at the expense of 1 ancient tablet. We don't have any risk of losing anybody here, of somebody leaving or dying. But if we did, that's not bad. And then here we have archaeologists have learned a lot about the long-lost culture by examining old ruins. All workers get a 10% chance of producing double yields for every 2 completed dangerous and forbidden glade events. How much is that going to cost me? These cost the same. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to afford that anyways for a while, and I would rather just get the education bonuses here. We're not going to get any of this sacrifice bonus, but we'll get the the beavers being happy because of education. So that's good. But it did also knock our hostility down to the bottom of level 1 because of that, which we got here. Decryption, which is this one. Minus 100 hostility. Nice. Alright, you all... oh, you can come up here and help for a little bit longer. And we can do one of these numbers here. And then I can just do... Hey, go in there. So we can move this, by the way. It can be moved for free because it's just a decoration. Just like the other stuff is just decorations. Did I finish with these? Yeah, I'm done with those. Get rid of you. I'm going to move this over here just for reasons that are not really valid. Let's do this. Flame amulets. That reduces... We had this one last time offered to us. But on the other hand, gain 10 amber every time a villager dies or leaves. We're not going to have anybody die or leave. So let's take this one, which reduces the hostility from woodcutters. Because we might as well. And you will be here in 1 minute. And we open this glade up. We have... Hey, look, there it is. Good call, Wally. Stone deposit. Drizzlewing nest. Copper. Medium bending cache. Archaeological discovery. And fallen lizard hunters. Let's do the fallen lizard hunters first. We're going to do this one here. And I will do 2 lizards to help with the fallen lizard hunters. There you go. They're going to get unhappy by a few points here. That's okay. And something. Oh, I wanted to also point out that these are the drizzlewing nests, which are the birds. And they have a 20% chance for giving us meat. So we are using that meat here to make jerky. You can see them working on that right now. In addition to the bugs as we find them. So that's kind of good. And we can just do something like this and maybe that. And maybe some of this and that. Just to clear the spaces around there. And maybe I'll do a little bit like this into there somehow. One of you can move over there. The other one can stay right there. Everybody's happy. Well, lizards are not going to be for a little while, but everybody's happy. And we're going to end up winning very shortly because of it. Let's see. Do I need barrels? Not really. We could make some. We might as well make some, but planks? Yeah, it's all right. Tea we don't need at all. We could make it, and we'd use clearance water for it because we have a great supply of clearance water. We could use any of these things for it as well, but we don't need it. And we don't need coats here because we have a 3-star at the clothier. So let's do that and just make barrels, and I'll just put one of you here. You can just do it whenever you feel like. I'm probably just not going to take the next party of people because we're at 50 anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And we're going to be finishing here very soon. Zahilda, +1 to resolve for villagers with a home. That's never a bad idea. 3 wine for every 15 ale produced. We should take that one. Plant fiber for every 12 vegetables produced. We should take that one. We should take this one. We should take all the things. And those do not count for this. It's weird that it's back to 0 out of 10 and 0. Confused as Wally. Okay. We could do it some more. We have 21 more amber to sell there. We made some more packs out of the copper we had. And, I don't know what else I would sell here, but that would be enough. Auto. Although I think I would go up to 10 of these. And then give you something that I don't need as much of, like some 9 pieces of wood. That'll work. And that'll get us 1 more stack of this. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. And now it says 2.5 and we gained 2. So I'm a little confused, but such is life, I guess, on why that's working the way that it is. Because we just sold for, unless it's counting both the stuff on this side and the stuff on this side. That might be. That might be. I'm wondering if that's what it is. Interesting. Either way. Go away, Zahilda. Let's do it. Oh, you guys are bored in here now already. Because you don't have any of that and this. I could pull one of you out so you can go do something else. Not that I have anything for you to do particularly. but we could build a road like this there, just to be prepared to deal with this. Although, actually, we're doing really good on food. Not really good. Good enough on food. And we could do that, but I would probably do one of these two. We could start the next stage, but we just won, so it doesn't matter. So we got a bunch of deeds. We'll take a look at those in just a moment. We got 70 experience points, 51 food, 2 seal fragments, and we're still at about the same-ish score. Let's continue for just a moment. I want to come over here and take a picture of this row of things right here, because it's kind of, you know, we got the spider, we got the temple, we got the tavern. And we actually were able to turn this in too if we wanted. And it doesn't help us, but we could have. Actually, I probably could have before that we just won. And of course the thing there. So let's just move on. Yes. So that was the Scarlet Orchard. Those artifacts are the unique part of the Scarlet Orchard, so they're a good thing to take a look at and try. We should go into the Smoldering City and take a look at those deeds we just got. We can also go home and see what's going on there. Let's do this first. Experience points for discovering 10 glades. This is an accumulative one, so there's many after this as well, of discovering 20 glades, 30 glades, whatever it is. This is just glade discovery 1. There's discovery 2, 3, 4, and so it's not what happened in the town we just finished. It's cumulative for all the towns so far. So you'll see these pop up repeatedly, and eventually on the last one, whatever the last one is, maybe it gives you some better reward. Right now, some experience points, which never hurts, especially this early in the game to get moving up levels. We won a game on the Scarlet Orchard biome. Now, if you remember, we didn't actually get the Royal Woodlands biome on the last town, and that was because we didn't have the home opened yet. Now that we do, next time we play the the Royal Woodlands, we'll get one of these for that as well. But this gives us a rose vine home decoration, which is cherished for its delicate beauty. This rare flower has long been the symbol of love among the people of the Citadel. So we'll take a look at that in the home. And then we got trade goods worth 200 amber. This is another cumulative one. This is number 2, in fact. It's just some experience there. Dice with death. Win a game with 1 dangerous glade event still active. Well, that's just because that was the way that it worked out. I wouldn't have done it otherwise necessarily. We wouldn't have tried to do it, but it happens. So that's good. There's multiples of these, which I think win a game with 2 danger glade events active might be the next one. We could search for that because I'm interested. 2 active, 3 active, 4 active. So those are kind of interesting conceptually there. But yeah, let's do that. And then win a game next to the Watchtower modifier. There's a bunch of these. Win a game next to X modifier. This is just one in a long series, so let's take that one, and that gives us a new level. Level 5 opens up, which unlocks the Harpies. Yay! And also, new Citadel upgrades. The Smelter. Hey, there's our copper bar recipe. Guess I should have not done the Scarlet Orchard as my second town. Bathhouse, which is a building that caters to the Harpies, although they're not the only ones who like being there, but caters to the Harpies. It's Harpy themed, I guess you would say, as well as the cooperage, which we just found one in a glade. Now we have the blueprint for it in our pool. So this is also a Harpy themed building. You can tell by the purple. Here we have economic migration. Rumor has it that your settlement is one of the wealthiest in the realm. Newcomers will arrive 15% quicker and bring 10% more goods for every one level of standing you have with other settlements on trade routes. We don't have trade routes unlocked yet, but when we get there, that'll be good. Urban planning. For every 10 completed trade routes, all houses will have room for 1 more person. So this kind of meets the trade routes with the cornerstone that we looked at that added the extra space, but this one increases them dynamically based on how many trade routes you complete. So let's take that or move on from that. Win a game with at least 5 ancient tablets in the warehouse. This one you will almost always get on a Scarlet Orchard, just because that's where you get a lot of tablets, because of that perk that I took in the archaeologist office. And this gives us the big shelter, which is similar to the shelters we've been building, except it is 6 tiles in size instead of 4. And it can house 6 people instead of 3. So it's a little bit more dense in terms of housing space per tile. It's 1-to-1 as opposed to 3-4 or 4-3, depending on which way you look at it. But it costs planks to build, so it's a little bit more expensive potentially, or at least I don't know. You may not be able to build it right at the very beginning because you may not have any planks yet, or you may not have where the planks are worth the cost of the building. So keep that in mind. And but it's still a very good building. I just hardly ever use it because I'm usually like, I'll just build the crappy ones because it doesn't matter, and then swap them out for the regular or for the species specific housing once I have that. So I don't use it a whole lot, but it's definitely a valid choice if you have inexpensive planks, say 2 or 3 stars. It actually might be cheaper even at that level. And then finally, win a game with a reconstructed sealed spider skeleton in the Scarlet Orchard. This happens to be the 3rd one. Behind these 2 here, which are the Smoldering Scorpion and the Sea Serpent skeleton, which are the other 2 possible artifacts. There are 3. And then once you have completed all 3 of them, then you also get this one here, which gives you a home decoration reward. So let's take this here, and that was the last one we earned this time, right? Yes. Upgrades tree. We need to play against one of these that gives us some of these other Citadel resources, but we won't get there just yet. We have 60 to spend. We could go with another unforeseen riches base stat plus some embarkation bonus choices. Those aren't bad ideas. These ones even aren't bad ideas. And unlocks a new thing for us here. The additional cornerstone choice is nice. Consumption control would be good to show as far as this. Well, we haven't really needed it. We could have used it once or twice maybe in that town, but it'd be good to show as far as presentation. We already took that, but we could jump up here now, which is another embarkation point. At 24 though, I think we'll wait a little while. Unlocking the next level hearth would be a good idea, as well as the trade routes would be a good idea. We have 60 to spend, so let's do 3. If we did 2 down here plus 2 up here, we could get 4 of them. Right? Check my math. Yeah. Otherwise, we can only get 3 18s, but we can't get this. We could get these 3 18s, though. Oh, man. I think we should maybe do these 2. We don't need to do this one yet. What's up there next? We need those for that. Definitely want to do this one. That's a definite. And I think I want to do... I think I want to do this one then, and then this one. But then what do I do with these 2? I think we should do this one to get another cornerstone choice. This is really good, but we can get to that eventually. Let's do this one, another cornerstone choice. Here at the early game, you get a lot to spend, especially if you're playing at Pioneer at the very early game because of the extra materials you get. And taking the one we took the last time where we got extra materials, which one was that one? This one here is also very helpful. Let's go into home. Well, if it isn't my favorite nephew. Laurie's eyes light up with excitement. You mean your only nephew? Doesn't matter. Aunt Laurie lets out a hearty laugh. We have a reason to celebrate. I hear you just established your first successful settlement. No, second, actually. Feels weird, huh? Investing so much time and energy into a town and then leaving it as soon as it becomes self-sufficient. Yeah, that's my only real negative feeling about the game is having to move on so fast when I feel like I'm not really ready to. Yes, it does feel kind of weird. It does, doesn't it? But with the Blight Storm constantly on our heels, there's never enough time to linger. After all, we aren't really governors or settlers. We are pioneers, meant only to take the first step and leave the boring bureaucracy to others. Laurie's lips curl into a warm smile. I'm sure you'll get used to it. And who knows, maybe someday you'll join our brothers and sisters on the frontier in their never-ending fight against the Sealed Ones. That's the intent. All right, well, that kicked us out. Let's go back in, and we're going to ignore her. But up here, you can see the decoration we earned, which is hanging from the ceiling. All 6 biomes, I guess, or at least the 4 main ones, will have a decoration like this hanging from the ceiling. I have to go. She'll tell you stories, too. There was an option there for a story. But we're not going to do that here, because I don't think it's worth it for this part. So, after I chose this destination, and was watching the first episode with this town, I had to think. And I remember, if you remember, I said, well, maybe I'll swing around and come back to this corrosive torrent. I don't think I'm going to do that, because we want to get here before we get here. So I think we need to keep pushing this way. And if we do that, then we're going to want to go into Royal Woodlands. But I'm definitely going to want to do a Royal Woodlands that I'm only overlapping by 1. And in fact, the only way for me to not do Royal Woodlands is to go into another Scarlet Orchard. And I would really rather not do another Scarlet Orchard back to back, even though now we have a copper smelting recipe possibility. But unfortunately, the range here is kind of weird. If I go, like, I can embark 3 tiles, but I can only see 2 tiles. So I can't embark as far as I would be able to, because I can't see that far. And that gets corrected via upgrades, but it still feels weird. And we only need 4 seal fragments for this. We're going to get there. We're already there, I mean. So I think we'll just come out here to this Royal Woodlands. That'll give us 1, and then we'll get 1 like out here, and then we'll be ready to do the sealed forest at this bronze seal, and we'll be able to unlock the next seal. So I think we'll do this, and we're going to go ahead and get started in the next town in this episode. Now, I had another think about this, and while we're going to start this here, we may take a couple of days break, or at least 1 day, and may start alternating games or something like that in between here, as opposed to straight through Against the Storm. So these may not be back-to-back episodes from this point forward, but we are not going to do what I have been doing for most of the last year, which is just every update. We're going to do consistent Against the Storm for a little while, and then we'll come back, and then it'll probably taper off, I don't know, some number of weeks or months or something down the road. But it just depends on kind of game releases and things that I want to explore, just as a little sidebar there. So we have 2 groups as per usual, because we haven't unlocked the 3rd one yet. This one comes with 8 harpies. Harpies are a noble and fragile species, yet with a primal aggressive side. They excel at alchemy and love to work with cloth. They have needs of jerky, biscuits, pie, coats, scrolls, and tea. Alternatively, this one has 5 harpies and 3 lizards. They come with 2 stacks of food and a stack of barrels, whereas this one comes with 1 stack of food and a stack of leather. I think this one is better. It's 8 and 8, so there's not a people issue here, but I think that's a better one because there's 2 stacks of food and a stack of something else's there. We have 4 points to spend yet again, but remember, we unlocked a bunch of new stuff, so we might want to make some different choices here. Definitely want to take these 3 people, though, I feel. Although, I mean, at 4 points, maybe it's not worth it, but I still want to. And we could take stone or clay, but I'm going to risk not having that and instead take some of the food. Now, if you notice, some of the food is 1 point for 20 units, and some of the food is 1 point for 30 units. I don't know really why that is. Sometimes these are 2, by the way. Like, they're not always 1 point for 30 and 1 point for 20. Sometimes it's 1 point for 20 and 2 points for 30. They're a little bit randomized. But I don't know why that is. Why you're getting more food from these versus these for the same amount of value. So we're going to take these 2 here, and that's what's going to be our embarkation bonuses. And should we go up to veteran? That is the tough question. Should we go up to veteran? What that will do for us, or not for us, but, is knock us down to only 1 beneficial effect and 4 punishing effects. We'll probably start getting some at hostility 1. Our hostility will go up faster and further because our multiplier now will be times 2 versus 1.5. You can see that there. But I think we can do it. I think we should do it. So let's do it. Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? Lose? When's the last time I lost one of these? It's been a long time. Our first forest mystery, the one for the drizzle, is a conditional sun festivities. Villagers with this effect have a plus 20% chance of doubling the yield with each production cycle, and to get this effect, they need complex food. That's any cooked food, including pickled goods or porridge, all the way up through like jerky and into biscuits and pie and things like that. All those. Looming darkness, of course, but remember this is going to be harder now because hostility is coming a little bit easier. Fog at hostility 1 is conditional. Villagers with this effect move 40% slower. To prevent it, fulfill the following need: housing. No problem for Wally. Rotting wood at hostility 2. We just had this one, and it takes effect at hostility 2, so we will only want to cut wood in the storm if we really need to clear the trees. And given the fact that you get a crap ton of wood in this biome, this works out actually pretty well as far as having this effect and just tearing through the rest of those trees to get ready to get into a glade, at least until you can't because of other reasons, even if you're not getting any materials from it. So we'll keep an eye on that. Insatiable hunger. Working in this environment requires a lot of energy. Villagers have a higher chance of consuming twice the amount of food on each break, 10% for each hostility level, and this doesn't kick in until hostility 4, which means that it starts off with a 40% higher chance of consuming twice the amount of food and goes up from there. Also at hostility 4, strange lights, another conditional. Villagers with this effect have a 20% additional chance of destroying the yield with each production cycle. To prevent it, fulfill the following needs: services. So we're gonna have to be careful here at hostility 4. Careful is the key there. So this isn't too bad, and of course we have the Gift of the Woodlands biome effect here. This isn't too bad all told. Oh good, I like this. This is my favorite arrangement. Let's do woodcutters camps first. We got humans as our third here. We knew about the other two. We got humans. We don't have beavers to do the wood cutting. That'll be fine here. Let's set 2 of these up because we have 11 people. Sometimes I do 3. Maybe I should do a third. Let's do a third. I may not use all 3 slots in all 3 of them, but for at least a little while here at the beginning, it's actually kind of a good thing to cut a few extra trees. We'll do our tic-tac-toe grid here, like so. We have some mushrooms on the ground in this corner, which is good because the harpies like to pick mushrooms at the herbalist. We have some clay over here. That's good too, since we didn't bring any of that with us. And we have some new mechanics to deal with. Not that one. Not that one. This one and this one. Blight, Rot, and Corruption. There is now a new tab on every building, except for the warehouse, but every other building, that and including the hearth. The Ancient Hearth has a tab that gives you a summary of all the Blight Rot in the town. We'll talk about that once we actually have some. And the other buildings will have a tab once they're built for the Blight Rot that's actually affecting that building. And we'll also get access to another new mechanic called Rain Engines, which will be another tab on. Or rather, no, the tab on the other buildings is Rain Engines, not Blight Rot. Okay, we'll get into that when we actually have buildings we can look at. Let's clear that because we're not going to read it anyway. And then we have trade routes, which is this icon right here. This is not activated until we have a trading post built, but now we can send out materials for trade, which is really good. Let's let them build while we take a look at these. Small farm, herb garden, forager camp. Forager camp is a good one here. 2 out of 3, and both of the farms are good ones here as well. Although I would probably lean either one. I don't know which one I want. We'll see. Build, build, build. Build, build, build. Oh, you built that one first? Really? Why are you... I guess, never mind. Let's throw some people at this. And let's pick out a glade. That's what we could do. Maybe a couple of these small guys over here, which are actually a good idea because of where the hearth is. Let's go, like, down that road and across. I'm using control again, but not for long. We'll put this in action over here. Get to work. This started with a harpy, which gives the global carrying capacity increase by 5. that's fine for right now, but I think I may switch it to a lizard at some point to get the global resolve, maybe. Put another one of these over here somewhere. I guess I'll have to just kind of... Oh, I can put it right... Nope, can't put it there. Just back it up against that one. That's fine. A few of you in there, and then this one, we can start it on this side then, I guess. And we can put at least a couple in here. I want to do the crude workstation for sure, and I want to do the makeshift post for sure as a starter. We're also going to want to have fairly soon, but not yet because we don't have the planks yet anyway, the rain collector. And the reason we're going to want that is also because of the blight rot mechanics and the rain engine mechanics. Yes, I know, we're ignoring you. We'll wait on the blueprint until the usual time. Actually, I wonder, in the options, can I disable still all those notifications over here for that kind of stuff? Oh, someone also pointed out that this resolution shows 640 by 480. Actually, I think a couple people did. I don't know why, because it's not what I'm playing at. I'm playing at 1080p, but now way down there, though. 1920 by 1080. 60 hertz. I'm playing at this. It's using my full screen, my monitor resolution. It just was showing a false one there for some reason. Maybe it's under alerts. Unless I missed it. I don't see the choose a blueprint moron alert either. Here. So I don't know where that's coming from. But I could be missing it because I'm scrolling kind of fast and not reading very well. So I will just leave them alone. Okay. So now I think the option, by the way, here will show my correct resolution. It's just like a weird default bug thing going on there. I guess they'd probably be a good thing for them to fix, but it doesn't actually affect anything. I'm going to put a road back here too. There's our first cornerstone choice, and now we have 3 choices. Wow. 3 plant fiber per minute, plus 2 to vegetables production, or 3 roots per minute. Wow. Well, we're getting plant fiber from the trees and possibly from the ground. We're getting roots from the ground, at least possibly, and also vegetables from the ground. This is actually a tough choice to make. You know what, though? This is a tough choice to make, but I think I'm going to defer the choice slightly, because we're also at 48 minutes. And so what I think I'm going to do is let this run into the orders pop, take a look at that first order, and then defer the building choice, and the cornerstone choice, and the first order choice until the next episode. Right about now. There it is. Here, 2 glade events to get these items, which we know all about, or 2 glades to get a bonus to stone and or clay production. If we see any stone in some alternate way, I guess that still affects. We're not going to see any direct stone here. 6 tools is the same. Is 3 people and 10 planks better than the bonus to this. This is a little bit harder to complete because it's glade events versus glades, depending on if we find any small glade events that are inexpensive. But if you have any feedback on that, or the cornerstone choice, or the first blueprint choice, by all means, let me know in the chat, in the comments, or come to my Discord server, which you can find in the link below, and talk with me about the game there. Once we decide on that cornerstone, that order of choice, and we can, if we're going to do the open up the glades one, then we'll pop this glade open, and then we can keep making progress. But for now, we're going to leave this here, and in the next episode, we will see what we come up with those things, as well as how we progress through this town to the and out toward the seal. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all then. Bye for now.